So hello friends, welcome to the channel. You can see a Node application opened on my laptop. So in this video, we will show how to read a Excel file through Node.js GET API. So if we check, we have a file. This is the Excel file inside public files directory. And if we open this, we have some data inside the Excel. So we have to read through an API, that is GET API in Node.js. So we just pass the file name as a query string in the API URL, and we have to read the data of that particular file using that file name and send back the whole data as a response of the API. Now let's check the code. So we all the code inside index.js file. So to read the Excel file, we have to import a library, that is XLSX. To install this, we have to run this command. So after installing, we have to just import this using required function, and inside required we have to pass the library name, that is XLX. And after importing, we just assign this to a reader constant variable. Now after importing that library, let's check the GET API. So if we can see, this is the GET API of this Node.js application. Now and this GET API uh, have the name, that is read Excel file. So when we call the API, we have to must mention this name inside that API to call this get API. Now after inside this API, we can see we are just trying to retrieve that file name sent in the API URL as a query string by using a property request.query.filename, and that file name is assigned to a file name property. Now after this, we define a empty data array here, that is data, and this data array will be uh, used to store all the read data of that Excel file. And after reading all those data of Excel file, we just fill those data inside this data array and send back as a JSON format to the client. So this data will be used to send to the response of the API. Now after this, we have two block try catch. So inside if we have any error, we the catch block will execute, and inside catch block we just send the error as a response of the API to the client. Now inside try, we use the reader is nothing but this is the constant variable of that library. So reader have the method read file. Inside read file, we mention the file path which we have to read, that is public files directory file name which we received as a query string, and we must append the extension of that file. So read file return the reference of that Excel file inside the file constant variable. Now file have a property seat names. So if we check seat names, it just return the uh, all the seat names. Let's say we have 3 seats inside that Excel file with different name A, B, C. Then it will return the array of A, B, C to that seat name constant property. So we have the seat names of that Excel file, and now after getting seat names, we just loop through that seat names like this using the for loop. And inside for loop, we just loop through one by one for every index of that seat names. And inside that for loop, we use the reader dot utils property, and utils have a method seat to JSON. Means for every loop we just pick the seat and convert the data into JSON format. So we use here reader.utils.set to JSON method, and inside set to JSON method we just pass that set as a reference. So you can see file.sits, and sits we have to mention uh, the seat names actually. So seat names is here for every index. So this whole method will return the array of data. So we have the array of data for particular seat here, and now inside after this we just loop through array data, and step by step we push all those data inside the data array. This is the data array basically. So for after every sets, actually after the completion of for loop, we have all data inside the data array. So we have all the Excel data inside data array. So now after for loop, we just send that data to the as a response of the API. So let's check on the browser, and this API is running on localhost at port number 3000. So if we run this this node index.js, so app is running on at port 3000. Now let's check it on browser. So localhost 3000, and that is the file name. So this is the wrong file name which not available, so it returns some error. So now let's copy the file name. So we have copied it, and now let's replace test with the file name. So you can see we have the data here. So this is the way we can read the Excel data inside Node.js library. Hope you like this. If you like this, please subscribe the channel, like the video. We'll back soon with some other